Actually, I missed that one. There's not as many of those. But it's the only one that was ranked top 10 most-watched programs every season between 1949 and, isn't that funny that the end of it's not on there, but I believe it was 2004. Every decade since the 50s has produced #1 sitcom. So, what, besides Friends, if we just watched that, what's another sitcom that's been huge?
CSI.
George Lopez. George Lopez. CSI is a drama.
Okay, what's the sitcom?
Different World.
A Different World, The Cosby Show. That was a long-running, very good sitcom. What else?
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Even I Love Lucy, and the ones we were watching earlier, I Love Lucy was a sitcom. Any of the, it's short for situation comedy. It's a little 30-minute comedy shows, right? Those were really, really popular in the 80s when Claire and Cliff were on TV, right? The Huxtables and Different World, like you mentioned. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? Miss Will Smith. But since 2004, CSI, American Idol, and so forth, dramas and reality shows have been #1. And they mentioned American Idol, but now we have, I don't know, name a reality show. We talked about many of them so far.
X Factor.
The X Factor, I heard that one was not as good as they thought it was going to be. They expected much more of a turnout as far as audience goes that they did not get.
I think Kardashian. Totally on this
Yeah. Yeah, the Kardashians, they're all over the place. Those crazy Kardashian girls. Okay, let's see what else we got.
Dean Simmons' Family Jewel.
Yeah, Dean Simmons, that's a reality show. Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen the previews for that one. I haven't actually seen the show. Impact of electronic games on culture. So we've talked about the impact of TV and the impact of movies on culture and the impact of our culture on those. But video games have the same type of situation. They have an impact on our culture and our culture has an impact on them. So let's start with how do video games impact our culture?
With all the killing and then like how they have like like Grand Theft Auto and stuff too.
That's a real controversial video game as well, Grand Theft Auto. That one, obviously Mortal Kombat was one of the first ones to be more controversial like that. Yeah, but then there's many now. They've got Call of Duty and, like I told you, God of War is a big growler in my house. What about games like the Wii? How has that impacted our culture?
Bringing families together.
Bringing families together, getting exercise. People are getting up because that's a big thing that video games got a lot of flack for a long time. Was the fact that now everyone's obese, and of course it has nothing to do with a McDonald's on every corner. It's just video games, right? Video games can be one of the contributing factors, but it's also a sedentary lifestyle that video games doesn't just cause, but can help influence. So the video game industry's answer to that was creating games like Wii and now Xbox Connect, right? Anybody play Connect?
Yeah, I know.
How do you like it?
It's fun. You can take pictures and stuff. It's like when you're moving and stuff.
Oh, can you really? I'll have to check one of those out. It's got the point, or is it?
No, this is like you can just like go like this. To touch it, they have like the little thing that slides up and down like this, like moving,
Yeah.
Like the antenna bar.
Yes.
And it goes up and down like this, and you can see the camera moving. So you go, they tell you how far to stand, how far to go back.
That's crazy. Technology has come so far. Remember one of the first video games, Pong?
Yeah.
Y'all don't know how y'all know. I had an Atari.
Yeah, I had an Atari.
I had Frogger, right? Yeah. It was. I was another thing. Tell kids this. I was telling my kids the other day about how we used to go to arcades, and one of them said, "Why didn't you just play games at home?" I said when they first came out, they didn't have games at home. They just had those big video games, right? Tron, Millipede, Centipede, Pac-Man, right? All the popular ones. And she said, you mean you actually had to go somewhere? Because, like you could go to the movies and play them.
Yeah.
And they did that. But I said, you couldn't play them at home. They didn't come out. Nobody had a DS at that time. You could, but let's take them around and play them on your phone. Not that there were phones that went around with you at that point either. So the impact of electronic games on culture, it is bridging a generation gap to some extent. I have seen reports that